Got our async action creator working just fine now, but it's still missing a lot of that extra stuff that we need. For one, the action itself is still a string rather than a true const like we should be using now. And we also are not starting any spinner, creating accounts if one doesn't exist, or showing any error messages. So in this section, we're going to add some more robust handling around this LoginUser action creator. One thing to keep in mind as we work with Redux Thunk is that because we have direct access to the dispatch method now, we can dispatch as many methods, or dispatch as many actions as we would like from a single action creator. So even though we are already dispatching LoginUser success here, we can dispatch many others as well. Okay, so I think a good place to start is going to be to assign LoginUser success to an actual const inside of our types file. That's a good, easy place to start. So let's do it. I'm going to open up my types file, which is in my actions directory. And inside of here, I'm going to create the new const, export const LoginUser success. So this action right here, this type I should say, is clearly meant to indicate to our reducers, hey, something really good just happened, like the user just logged in successfully. So now that I've got that type, I'm going to flip back over to my action creator file. I will import it at the top, so LoginUser success. And then in my LoginUser action creator, rather than using the string, we'll use the type itself, the const, the variable, however you want to refer to it, fine by me. And now we can add this to our reducer as well. So I'm going to flip over to my auth reducer, and we can catch this action when it comes across. So we've got email changed, password changed, and also LoginUser success. Now that we've got this type in here, we can also make use of it inside of our reducer itself. So now comes the really interesting question, what are the properties that we want to update whenever a user successfully logs in? Well, we know that we get that user in there, right? We get that user model from Firebase, and we attach it as the payload to the action. So by default, I think a great place to start is going to be to make sure that we reflect the user model on our user piece of state. So whenever we successfully log in, I'm going to return a new state object. So I'll say take all the existing properties on our state object and also include action.payload, which is our user. So now we're introducing the user property here. Again, I'm going to add it into my initial state object as well, just to tell any other engineers who look at this that, hey, there's a user property in play somewhere inside this reducer. Cool, so now when a user successfully logs in, we will save that user model, which has their email and their ID, on the state.auth.user piece of state. That's going to be really important later on because we are going to make use of the user model, or really the user's ID in several other locations. So we'll want to definitely remember that little factoid. Okay, let's continue in the next section and make sure that we can also handle the creation of user accounts.